Support.
The maestro, please!
It's that time of year again where I go over every single winner of the Grammy Awards, besides those you just see on the telecast. Speaking of which, this will be for
the 62nd Annual Grammy Awards.
80 plus awards in 30 categories. Let's get to it. So obviously this category includes music videos, but also music films, which shouldn't be confused with the music for visual media category that we're going to talk about later.
Best Music Film.
All the single ladies.
Best Music Video.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't.
After having this channel around for this long and having Record Rundown go for as many episodes as it has, hopefully that at least has piqued interest into this category a little bit.
Best Contemporary Classical Composition. Best Classical Compendium. Best Classical Solo Vocal Album. Best Classical Instrumental Solo. Best Chamber Music or Small Ensemble Performance. Best Choral Performance. Best Opera Recording.
On a hillside not very far from here, there lived a family of foxes. Their home was a
Best Orchestral Performance.
This is technically 3 different categories, all with different awards, because they like dividing classical, non-classical, and now immersive audio into 3 different categories. But I combine them all into one, because I think they should be treated as such.
Best Immersive Audio Album. Best Remixed Recording. Producer of the Year.
I'm the bad guy.
Duh.
Best Engineered Album.
Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
You know you're getting old when the cutoff for what they consider a historical album happens when you were alive.
Best Historical Album.
We shall overcome. We shall.
Considering many albums are now primarily disseminated through digital means via downloads or streaming, I'm beginning to wonder exactly how many albums out there don't even have notes.
Best Album Notes.
But you did. And I thank you. If you took your love.
It used to be called packaging, but now it's just called package, so let's find out who has the best package. Jokes.
Best Boxed or Special Limited Edition Package. Best Recording Package.
Like a stone, I'll wait for you there.
Really, I feel like this award is mostly done off of people's orchestration, especially for arranging. But I guess if we called the category orchestration, a lot of people would make the mistake of thinking it's just orchestral music.
Best Arrangement.
All night long, all night, all night, all night, all night long, 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 long.
Best Instrumental Composition.
watch a lot of movies, and in fact, out of all the nominations in this category, I think I've only seen 3 of the movies, and that's doing pretty well for me.
Best song written for visual media.
No, I'll never love again.
Best score soundtrack for visual media. Best compilation soundtrack for visual media.
In the shadow, we're far from the shallow now.
Musical theater is a weird one for me because I never really get to see them live, which is how you're supposed to see musical theater. But I guess they know that not everyone can afford those tickets, so they release all of the soundtrack albums.
Best musical theater album.
Back we're going way down, Hadestown, way down under the ground.
I would make a joke here, but we already did the best package bit.
Best comedy album.
Tonight I'm gonna do something that I'm not particularly good at, but that I like to do. Tonight I'm gonna try some impressions out.
The category that shows you don't have to be good at music to win a Grammy, but I don't mean to diminish the value of a spoken word album. Obviously, this is all entirely valid.
Best spoken word album.
When I was a kid, my aspirations were simple. I wanted a dog. I wanted a house that had stairs in.
Ah, yes, the children's category, and there's no way to say that without sounding super creepy.
Best children's album.
Between the problem and a predicament, you can solve.
I still say we need a better word for this than world music, because it's not the world, it's just literally anything that's not Western.
Best world music album.
Ever since this category existed back in 1985, the entire Marley family has won a good amount of them. Hell, Ziggy Marley alone has 7 of them.
Best reggae album.
Coffee come in like a rapture, and everybody get captured. Play sleep up like helicopter.
Good ol' American roots. I still think country should be included in here. I get why they don't, it's an industry thing, but still.
Best regional roots music album.
Good time, a good time. We gon' have a time. Good time, a good time. We gon'
Best folk album.
She's a river of the cover when she ran.
Best contemporary blues album.
This land is mine. This land is mine. This land is mine.
Best traditional blues album.
Mr. Smith is back in town.
Yeah, baby.
Mr. Smith is back in town.
Best bluegrass album. Best Americana album.
Oklahoma, cowboys and Choctaws.
Best American Roots song.
That night I didn't hear you crying when you called my name.
Best American Roots performance.
Ain't on us, saint honesty.
I used to be decently fluent in Spanish. Hell, I took classes for 13 years, but I never really got a chance to practically use it. Given if I was dropped off in the middle of Mexico, I could probably make my way around.
Best Tropical Latin album.
Donde andaba anoche, que bien te busqué. Recorrí La Habana y no... Contigo todos los lunes parecen viernes. De día ser y de noche.
Best Regional Mexican Music album.
Hasta que tú decidas regresar.
Best Latin Rock, Urban, or Alternative album.
Malamente. Sí, sí. Malamente. Mira.
Best Latin Pop album.
Mi persona favorita tiene la cara bonita. Tiene un ángel.
Still want them to include other religions in this category and just call it the religious category. Sacred music was a genre for centuries.
Best Roots Gospel album.
Now I'm back on top, like I never fell off. I took some knockdown punches.
Best Contemporary Christian Music Album.
Burn the ships, cut the ties, send a flare into the night. Say a prayer, turn the tide.
Best Gospel Album.
He saves the day. He will come through. You all know that's not what's
Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance or Song.
God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only
Best Gospel Performance or Song.
He saves the day. He will come through. You all know that's not what's
I hope you're jazzed about this category. Nailed it!
Best Latin Jazz Album.
It's the gift we give, it's the antidote we bring to all.
Best Large Jazz Ensemble Album. Best Jazz Instrumental Album.
Where are you, Gabriel? If I could just get some kind of sign.
Best Jazz Vocal Album.
12 little wells of golden ink.
Best Improvised Jazz Solo.
Alright, I actually looked up what the definition of New Age music is this year. It's music that creates inspiration, relaxation, and optimism. So there you go.
Best New Age Album.
Not gonna lie, pretty disappointed that Old Town Road isn't in this category.
Best Country Album.
Bring my flowers now while I'm living.
Best Country Song.
Bring my flowers now while I'm living.
Best Country Duo or Group Performance.
I'm speechless, staring at you standing there in that dress.
Best Country Solo Performance.
Ride me back home to a much better place. Blue skies and sunshine.
Fun fact, the first award for this was Best Rap Performance, first awarded in 1989. Best Rap Album wasn't introduced until 1996. The other two awards in this category were added in 2002 and 2004.
Best Rap Album.
You should make my earthquake. Oh, make my earthquake. Riding around.
Best Rap Song.
How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted? A lot. Left you out to rap? A lot. How many prayed?
Best Rap and Sung Performance.
Nip, talk to him. Emptied out the clip, it was broad day.
Best Rap Performance.
And I've been riding solo trying to rebuild. Look, I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to
More fun facts, the first 8 Grammy Awards all called it Rhythm and Blues. R&B wasn't used until the 9th Annual Grammy Awards that happened in 1967.
Best R&B Album.
Oh, baby, do you wanna make it better?
Best Urban Contemporary Album.
'Cause I love you.
Best R&B Song.
So if you love me, just say so. 'Cause I
Best Traditional R&B Performance.
Jerome.
Best R&B Performance.
I'm begging you, please come home. No one even begs anymore.
I'm beginning to think this became its own category just because all of the rock music that's out nowadays has just become unwieldy.
Best Alternative Album.
In the stone walls of harmony, I'll bear witness. Anybody with a wooden mind can never fall.
I'm just saying, metal has its own award in this category. I don't see why alternative can't have its own award in this category. Considering it is just one award, at least it makes sense to me.
Best Rock Album.
Find me in the back room, tell me when it's over. Don't know if I can play this bar much longer.
Best Rock Song.
This land is mine. This land is mine. This land is
performance. Best rock performance.
This land is mine. This land is mine. This land is mine.
While we're on the topic of combining categories, I can easily see this one going into the jazz category, just because that's where they put all of these albums on the jazz charts, at least as far as Billboard's concerned.
Best contemporary instrumental album.
Hey, we finally get to play some EDM songs on this channel.
Best dance or electronic album.
No geography. Me. You and me. Him.
Best dance recording.
This category is always fun because yes, it has all of your typical pop music that everyone's listening to nowadays, but they still have the traditional pop award, and that album always stands out when you compare it to the rest of the music in this category.
Best pop vocal album.
Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Best traditional pop vocal album.
Don't look now. I saw you shoot that glance.
Best pop duo or group performance.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't.
Best pop solo performance.
True hurts needed something more exciting. Bum bum be dum bum babe. You tried to break my heart.
I've called this overall in the past, and previously it was called general, at least according to the Grammys themselves. Now it's called the general field category, which I feel like is a very underwhelming name for the category the most people care about.
Best new artist.
I'm the bad guy.
Duh.
Song of the year.
I'm the bad guy.
Duh.
Album of the year.
Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Record of the year.
I'm the bad guy.
Duh.
So if there's one thing we've learned after all of this, it's that people love Billie Eilish. Also, you should go check out Gary Clark Jr.'s This Land.
And now I need some help for the maestro, please. Maestro.